would probably love it if the Bears or any other team would like, because Peyton Manning used to do it, low key. Peyton Manning, I remember.
Pat do it. Pat do it.
Yeah.
That's part of his game. I promise you.
I ain't Pat do it much. Yeah. I know Peyton Manning used to do it.
Aaron Rodgers was his favorite quarterback, bro. He gonna do that shit, folks. He gonna do that shit, folks. Aaron Rodgers was his, whether you like it or not, Aaron Rodgers was his favorite quarterback. He said it multiple times. Caleb said Aaron Rodgers was his favorite quarterback too. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, they know who that nigga was.
That's so unnecessary to this topic.
Hey, this is Unsportsmanlike Converse, baby. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about it.
T-shirt. I can throw a flag.
You're pretty good.
Thank you. Welcome to Unsportsmanlike Converse, folks. This podcast. We gonna get straight into it. He's your host, AMP. I am Water, and we had a nice week this week, week 4 of the NFL, and we had a division game that featured Green Bay Packers, Minnesota Vikings. I'm gonna just let you take the mic from here, yo. You know what I'm saying? Because I know you got a whole heap to talk about.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. So yeah, Packers Vikings, divisional game, home game for us, like you said, Lambeau. This was a big game. This is a big game for the division, the NFC, and the league, in my opinion, because I felt like the Packers had an opportunity to establish themselves as one of those more top, 4 to 6 teams in the league, by beating a team that was undefeated, who had just beaten 49ers and the Texans convincingly. And Minnesota came out and made a point. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, no, it's not a fluke. It's not a fluke. So was very excited about the test, because we defensively, I don't think that we've really been tested from opposing defenses. Philly defense ain't really nothing that much, and everybody was talking big about the Texans, but I didn't see it, and I don't. They good against the run a little bit, but even we exposed that to a degree. But yeah, so started out the game, man. I believe we deferred. And Sam Darnold said,
"Love a little more time."
I think that we wanted to make a point that our defense was going to be, the thing that won this game. We wanted to establish that defensive, because we attacked earlier in this game than we did against Tennessee. Tennessee, it was more of a focus, I felt like, to stop the run first, and then the second half tee off once we got to establish the lead. But we was right after Sam Darnold, but like we wasn't getting that, man. Like I
was it they O-line? Because I know they got two very good tackles.
They O-line look a lot better than I expected. Like, coming into this game, really watching the Vikings, because I watch the Vikings games, but I don't watch them like my Packers. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. Nobody watches. You don't watch another team like your team. So coming into this game, I didn't realize that was one of their strong suits like that. Like, their offensive line, pass blocking, and in the run game, they got some gashes. Like, you really can't get pressure on the outside against them in none of their games. Like, I went back and looked, like, ain't nobody getting outside pressure. You can only get in that interior, but those interior linemen, they do a good job in their run game. So overall, they offensive line really good. But O'Connell, man,
he drawing some shit up. He one of them
ones, bro. He one of them ones.
Some shit up.
Like, I'm watching it first, and I'm watching, and like, when the play is live, you know what I'm saying? You be like, damn, that was nice. But then they show the replay, and you be like, damn, that play was nice, because you get to see what led to certain things opening up, and you like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, he a motherfucker. But I think the biggest difference in us and them in the first half is, especially critically in third downs, we were making mistakes on well drawn up play. Like, both coaches was drawing up a nice game. You know what I'm saying? And for the most part, bro, Jordan Love looked good, man. He was hitting people. He had a couple bad throws.
He didn't look rusty?
He looked rusty. But but it was more on just adjusting, especially going against Minnesota in your first game back. You know what I'm saying? Like adjusting to that the speed of that pass rush, because he was, even though I think he only was sacked once in that game. But
4 games in now, you see Minnesota definitely is not a fluke.
Oh, 100%, 100%. But I believe he was sacked once, but he was pressured a lot. And managing that pressure, that speed, you could tell it was a little rusty because he's normally quicker to react than those. And he was a little limited. You could still see how he's not 100%. He was still hobbled. He wasn't completely like, twerking his body. He had to twerk his body in not Jordan Love-esque, positions to get passes off. But still, there was plenty of opportunities on third downs where we had drop passes. We probably had about 10 drop passes. I'm guessing at minimum. I didn't. No, I'm not even joking, fam. Like, like if you do the math, like we had about 10 drop passes, and even then, Jordan Love still threw for damn near 400 yards. You know what I'm saying? 3 touchdowns, 3 picks. And it's funny,
he 54 times.
He threw it 54 times. I mean, but we
threw that bitch 54 times.
I feel like this was a game where you post throw it 54. You down 28-0.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, how did that come about? How the hell y'all get down 28-0?
I just told you the first 2 drafts, it was 14-0. Like before I could blink, bro. Like
they was just driving it on y'all.
Just O'Connor was just scheming them up. Darnold was having his way. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, we couldn't really get no pressure. But yeah, basically that's what it was, bro. Like all they touchdowns, he had 3 passing touchdowns, and all of them was in the first half. You know what I'm saying?
So they didn't really have to punt.
Right.
Okay.
And then the second half though, it was like night and day, man. Like our defense started getting to them. We started creating turnovers. Even though I think we only had 1 pick this game, we still had 3 turnovers, I believe. I think we had 2 forced fumbles.
Y'all forced a fumble.
I want to say 1 or 2. It might have been 1. So we either got 2 or 3 turnovers. And that's where I want to be every game. Like that's what we've been averaging pretty much every game, 3 turnovers. And that's exceptional.
That's great.
That's exceptional. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like currently we lead the league in turnovers. You know what I'm saying? Because of that.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So, and Xavier McKinney, 4 for 4, baby. I ain't talking Wendy's. 4 for 4. I got to shout out to X. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's very
safety impressive in the league. You know what I'm saying?
Very impressive. That's very impressive. It's like to come with a new team and for your first 4 games, you get to pick every game. That's extremely impressive,
bro. And somebody asked me, it was funny. Just a quick side note. Somebody asked him like after he got the 2 and 2 games. Somebody asked him how many you going for the season. He was like 7, and his teammate was sitting next to him. He was like 7. He said, "Nah, you going for 10." He was like, "All right, 10." Like that type of motivation.
Real nigga would have said 17 every game. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Why not?
I can exceed my goal. I'm just saying that's the minimum. That's the minimum I'm giving you. You know what I'm saying? We get to 17. But anyway, but yeah, Love was slinging that motherfucker, man. It's ironic that motherfucker wore a Brett Favre jersey. Because he got Parkinson's now. You know what I'm saying? So to dedicate this game to Brett Favre, and then he came out just like he set a career high in passing yards, I believe. 389 passing. Yeah, 389 passing yards. Yeah. So
389, 4 touchdowns, 3 picks, sacked 1 time, quarterback rating 83. Feel like he had a solid game.
The stats don't tell you how good of a game he had. The stats don't tell you how good of a game he had, especially with him being limited like that.
Looking at the receivers, Jaden Reed was the number 1 guy again. Will Wicks had a lot of targets.
Yep. Drops. Yeah. Fam, it wasn't like he was getting overthrown. One of them hit him dead in the chest in the end zone, bro. Dead in the numbers.
Those end zone drops are the worst.
You know what I'm saying?
Romeo and what's up with Christian Watson only having 1 target?
He got injured.
He
got injured on one of the interceptions. Love put him in a bad spot, and as a receiver, I credit him to even go for that in that spot. You know what I'm saying? It was between 2 defenders. I feel like Love probably could have put it exactly where he wanted to if he was 100%, but he still threw a catchable ball. But your receiver have to make a phenomenal play to do it. You know what I'm saying?
He got his head rocked or something.
Yeah, and they fell on his ankle and like bent up his ankle. You know what I'm saying?
So it's an injury like that. I'm thinking probably concussion or something.
No, it ain't no concussion. It could have been a concussion. So I'm grateful for that because that's the one thing that I don't want my receivers having is something lingering like a concussion. Like all of this should be lingering, but I'm just saying like concussions and like hamstrings, those things typically like injure themselves a lot or more often. I noticed. But all in all, man, I'm not putting this one on Love. I feel like he did enough. We missed 2 field goals, and this was been a talk coming into this season, bro. We drafted a kicker. We brought the kicker in from last year that we just drafted. They went in the kicking competition. We got rid of both their ass and brought in somebody else, and this motherfucker ass. So this shit got to be like I know it's somebody. Matter of fact, I heard Brandon McManus. He used to be the Denver kicker. He was a beast over there in Denver. He played like the last couple years with Peyton, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, yeah, not familiar.
He was under investigation or whatever, but they just cleared him. Some type of investigation. I don't know what it was about, but they just cleared him and no charges getting filed against him. So he's like a free agent. He's free to sign with any team right now. So that's why he hasn't been on the roster. I would love to see them go out for him, man.
Well, a lot of the Broncos kickers like it be a lot of it be because of like altitude. That altitude.
Yeah, yeah. You know but I like, but that's with the distance. I'm not worried about the distance.
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying? I'm worried about accuracy. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because we missed a 37-yarder, bro. We missed a 44-yarder, or is it 44 or 47? Something like that. Like we miss kicks that kickers should make 80% of the time if you're getting paid to do this, especially with regular weather conditions. And we lose the game by 2 points. Like, come on, man. We got to fix this shit. But so I don't see him being on our team too much longer. But yeah, we got back in the game, created some turnovers. Like I said, Jordan Love was slinging it. That like the last pick was I'm not gonna even put that one on him. He still threw it. He threw it. I'm not gonna take that away from him. But I felt like Flores, kind of schemed up something for that particular play. Because you got the lead, you could tee off how you want to tee off, 0 blitz, sending the world at them. And the Packers typically go deep when you send a 0 blitz. Flores know that. So he kind of baited them into that last one. Good job to the coach, knowing your person and know who you're playing against. But yeah, a lot of good I saw with the offense. I'm not worried about it. The defense, the pass rush, maybe that's just their offensive line that good. We'll see in the next couple weeks here, but yeah, Packers 2-2, man. I definitely saw it at least 3-1 at this point.
Okay, no, I know it ain't no more victories, but any like game balls you want to give for anybody, like any Xavier McKinney to get that from you?
Game ball. Honestly, man, and maybe I'm just really a fan of my quarterback, man. But Jordan Love, man, Jordan Love,
4 touchdowns, 3 picks,
man. But you didn't see the plays that we didn't capitalize on opportunities, bro. Where he was pinpointing shit on the run.
The drop
pocket really fucking irked me, bro.
So
he threw for 400 with damn near 10 drops, bro. He probably would have had a 500-yard game. You know what I'm saying? And one of those drops was in the end zone, so that's 5 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you didn't watch that game, you didn't see what he was doing. It's kind of like that Patrick Mahomes game, that Patrick Mahomes game in the Super Bowl, where the offensive line was so like, bro, you don't realize how great of a game Patrick Mahomes had that game, fam.
He was clearly the best player on the field,
without question, bro. Like the shit that he was doing was, I couldn't believe it, bro. Like he falling out of bounds, hitting niggas in the hands in the end zone. Like, yo, what is going on?
Body parallel to the ground.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. At that moment, I knew, like, yeah, this motherfucker different. Yeah. but yeah, man. Let's talk about these Bears, man, because ain't no other big takeaways from it.
Who the Bears?
Let's talk about the
Bears,
man. Go ahead and get off. All
right, so man, as I've been saying, for those who saw, the first podcast, man, when I gave my predictions or whatever, I had us, around this time being 2-2, and I mean, I'm not Nostradamus or anything like that, but I mean, after 4 games, look where we are. We 2-2. So Sean McVay got a good history against us, man, in the past couple of years, man. They didn't have our number a couple of times, so I was kind of scared of this game, even though I know they missing Puka and they was missing Cooper Cup. The thing about it was just we kind of underestimated, or I'm not even gonna say we underestimated the Colts last week. They just beat us, man, because we just didn't look good. First half, we still had a lot penalties galore, bro. Penalties galore.
Not to cut you off, but that was one thing I didn't touch on too. I think we second in the league, or either we in the top 3 in the league in penalties. Like, this is getting ridiculous, bro.
Well,
I looked up in the first half and we had 6 penalties for 68 yards or something. Like, that's nothing that really shot us in the foot early. You was asking what kind of led to, because we was keeping ourselves behind the change. We do really good when we can keep it to third and manageable. You know what I'm saying? When it's 3rd and 7 or longer, that's when we got to stay ahead of the change. Go ahead. Proceed.
First half for us, if y'all can see it, I don't know, but boom, offense, pre-snap penalties. Like, if we fourth most in the NFL, they was destroying us, man. They absolutely destroyed us. Braxton Jones got dogged the entire day by the rookie of Florida State, Jared Verse. He absolutely dogged him. I'm not sure if we got a sack on him, but the pressure he was getting was ridiculous. Same thing, Darnell Wright stunk it up. Tevin Jenkins got injured, so you had to bring back Nate Davis in there. And it was just, the offensive line still look like shit. I mean, for lack of better words, man. The offensive line still look like shit. But to Caleb's, I don't know what the word to use, but to give him props, he stayed in that pocket, man, and he didn't. It's like he didn't care. Like, he stood in there like a statue. He was like, man, I'm gonna let y'all protect me. And we got the benefit of a lot of defensive holdings when he did get the time. You know what I'm saying? He got sacked, but we still got the first down through defensive holdings. We started the game off with the run.
So let me quick question with that. Do you think that's a product of the communication between the coaches saying that, hey, the offensive line is saying we don't know where he at. He leaving the pocket, bro. If he just stay his ass put, we got his ass. You know what I'm saying? Like,
in his post game, he said it was a lot just communication. They've been communicating all type of shit. He didn't necessarily go in specifics of what it was about they've been communicating about, but that's all he was talking about, communication.
But as a result, he had more time in the pocket.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna say he had more time in the pocket. He has plays where he does get tired. Every single play, he's not pressured. So the plays that he does have time, you know what I'm saying?
He had to maximize those opportunities.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what he was trying to do. He was like, fuck it, man. They hit me, but I'm gonna stay in his pocket and throw this bitch. Right. And we started, a huge help was the run. We ran the ball, regardless, our first drive, we started out. It wasn't a 3 and out, but we moved it. We got a first down with some runs. Then we get a 3rd and 4th, and we did some type of dumbass little short pass to Cole Clement, before the chains, and got tackled. Punter, I gotta give Torrey Taylor a big shout out. That Aussie went crazy that game.
Before the season, man, when y'all drafted him, man, you was super fucking flattered with this guy, and I'm like, bro, it's a fucking punter. Bro, that shit used to aggravate me, bro. I'm like, bro, why you keep talking about this punter? But he doing his job better than most. I give you that.
Flipping the field. He had at least 3 punts where he pinned them inside the 10-yard line. 2 of them in the second half, and it was late, and we needed both, just to give the defense, you know what I'm saying? That our defense is a bend but don't break defense. You can see that all game. It's bend but don't break. You know what I'm saying? We don't mind giving you underneath shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can have that. But
hey, what's funny? Another thing that's funny about him, I saw a video online, and it was him talking to. Caleb told him first, hey man, you ain't gonna have to punt much.
When he drafted.
He was like. And then I seen another video where he on the sideline. He talking to Caleb, and he like, I thought you said I wasn't gonna have to punch.
That damn Hammy getting work right now, boy. He got yoga, Pilates. That boy.
Nigga, that's all I'm doing.
Right, that's all he doing, boy. But he doing it wow.
But he doing a good job, man. He definitely turning out to be one of the top punters in the league out the gate. So I see why you were so excited about the guy. I know when you was talking about him, I'm not gonna go look up a punter, man. You're gonna have to just show me in the NFL.
I mean,
and he has thus far.
You don't see too many punters going in like the 4th round. You know what I'm saying? A 4th round pick being on the punter, especially like, you know, when you have an offensive line struggles and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna use that pick on an old lineman, and like it seemed like a no brainer. But when you have a punter like this, man, like he's special. He's a specialist. Like in what he does.
And I think it's deeper than just that. It also, you know what I'm saying, like with a brand new quarterback, with a brand new offense, like you expect early struggles.
Mm-hmm.
So let's invest in something that's going to give our defense a better opportunity to capitalize and make turnovers early, and it's paid off thus far. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and when you pin a defense, when you pin an offense inside their 10, they're like, no matter how good that offense
defense got a boost, man.
Yes,
the defense got a whatever you got a defense that got like an 85 rating, that motherfucker at 88 now because you in the 10.
They have an advantage now. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, we ran the ball a lot. Swift finally showed out today. Had over 70 yards rushing and 70 yards receiving.
First touchdown as a Bear.
He was a complete back. Had a great touchdown run in the second half. Everything like looked good. Caleb had times where it was like some throws where it's like, what the fuck, bro? Like, you know, he had the time and it was just a bad miss. You know what I'm saying? But he also made some dimes. He had like a dime to Cole Kmet where he threw a dead over like the middle linebacker. The touchdown pass to DJ Moore was an absolute dot. He hit him in the back of the
I saw that one. I saw that one. Yeah,
because DJ had a linebacker on him. You know what I'm saying? And he looked off. You could see he was looking like towards.
He was looking the whole other way for the most of that play. I watched that in the replay.
Then he hit him at the last second. You know what I'm saying? Off that stick nine. So it was beautiful. Like he, if I'm not mistaken, he's one of like 8 quarterbacks to have like over 100 quarterback rating that week. You know what I'm saying? Like this past week. So, like, the progression. You're seeing the progression. You're seeing, like, yes, this dude is worth that number 1 pick. You know what I'm saying? Because, again, he's constantly getting pressured, and it's getting very fucking annoying. Or it's, like, the dumb penalties and stuff like that. So, it's like, at the end of the day, you see, like, he is not a part of the problem. He's definitely the solution. You know what I'm saying? And we just got to stick with the run how we did and do other things to help this offensive line play better. On the defensive side of the ball, it was great. Like to see Stafford, you know, because we know Stafford ain't no punk. You know, with weapons or without, like Stafford is the weapon. So at the end of the day, we pretty much held him in check. Javon
don't break.
Yes. Javon Dexter keeps progressing every week. If I'm not mistaken, he's doing better than Jalen Carter as far as sacks. You know what I'm saying? He has like 3 or 4 sacks as a defensive tackle. That's pretty good for only be like 4 games. Sweat woke up. He had a strip fumble, which put us in that gave us our first touchdown, as a matter of fact, which put us in scoring range early, and we were in the same predicament like last week when we were like goal to goal. And this time we didn't come up in no shotgun, none of that bullshit. Straight put every big.
Yeah, that was one of your major. That was one of your major frustrations from that last part.
I was pissed,
so to see one of your major frustrations get corrected so quickly is very encouraging.
Man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Put all them big boys up there. Put a fullback back there. Get your halfback all the way back there with a load of steam. And Roshan Johnson got that ball, punched it up in there. Yeah, the defense was phenomenal. They did not throw it Jalen Johnson way. So you can see that the league now is seeing like how talented this dude is. They didn't even waste their time throwing in his direction. They ran his direction a couple times, but Jalen Johnson, I'm pretty sure he didn't get a pass. Maybe one, but I don't think he got a pass thrown his way. So that was beautiful to see as well. And Jaquan Brisker
do you think that would have? Let me ask you this: do you think that would still been the game plan if Puka and
Absolutely not, because Stafford is.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
No, I just want to make sure. If he got his weapons out there, he don't care. Yeah,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Stafford ain't that type. Like He a gun.
I'm just not finna throw. I'm just not finna throw to my third receiver on that nigga. I'm not that dumb. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah, true. Sarate.
You know what I mean?
But yeah,
It's a whole bunch of other niggas out here I could throw it to. Like, I'm not gonna do that dumb shit. But if Tupper Puka was out there, I test his ass.
No, I mean we saw that in the Super Bowl that Stafford won. Like,
exactly.
He
don't care.
Like, fuck it. I'm going to go to.
I'm one of them ones. I'm gonna get it there. You make a play.
And like y'all gonna have to stop Mississippi. Simple as that. So it would have been that, but I think it would have been a lot of finger wagging. Had he would have went to Johnson. Speaking of, it might have been.
It could have been some.
Speaking of which, I know there's a football pod, but RIP to Dikembe Mutombo, man.
Yeah, man.
A legend in the game who passed today, whatever, man. Hall of Famer, man. Made it to the Hall of Fame on blocks. You feel me? So just wanted to give a
legend, man. Legend. One of the best defensive players the NBA has ever seen.
Yeah, but Jalen Johnson would have definitely been doing that a lot.
No. Not in my house.
And Jaquan Brisker, gotta give him a shout out, man. A sack. An interception, could have had two, but didn't reestablish. And I didn't know that was a rule on the defense that you had to reestablish yourself back in with 2 feet and to be able to get an interception. I should have known because I know you do have to do that for a fumble. So why would it not be the same for interception? But yeah, man. And then like I said, the game stealing interception at the end that came to bad field position due to a great punt from the Aussie. So yeah, all in all, man, Eberflus also I talk about like how he do some stupid stuff every now and then, but Eberflus had a nice play where I think we accepted a penalty late. This was in the 4th. He accepted a penalty. I was mad, screaming at the TV because I wanted it to be 3rd and 5 and us to just make them try to go for that 3rd and 5. He accepted it and went to 2nd and 15. We got the stop. They were in field goal range. We got the stop from 2nd and 15. Then we stopped them again. It was 3rd and 15. I think it turned out to be like a 49, 52-yard field goal, and they ended up missing it. You know what I'm saying? So I got to give Eberflus a shout out. I mean, maybe that was the right thing to do at the time. I just felt like, nah, man, get that stop, make them kick this field goal because you giving them 2 more chances to get 15 yards. That's how I was looking at it. Why give him 2 chances to get that?
He looking at it as they got 2 chances to run for 5 yards as opposed to, you know what I'm saying, putting them behind the chain. That's what I was talking about with the Packers. Like, I feel like that's a good way. That would have been a good call against LaFleur and them as well. Like, you don't want to give them 3rd and 5, 30. We normally draw up something for 3rd and short. Like, we convert on those. We don't convert on those 3rd and longs, 3rd and 7s. You know what I'm saying? Unless Jordan just make a play.
Yeah, so I got to give a shout out to Flus for that. Maybe that, and that probably was that could obviously been the right choice. But in my mind at that time, I ain't gonna lie to you, I was screaming at the motherfucking TV.
It's a case to be made either way, but I think I like.
Just get this one play, get it out, and make them keep that field goal. But yeah, it worked out, man. So overall, man, it was a beautiful.
And that's trusting your defense too. That's trusting your defense too.
And the defense made the play.
You can't do that with a defense that's underperforming.
Right, because
for real.
Right, yeah. So yeah, man. Overall, man. If I had to give a game ball, I would have to give it to deep line, man. But I'm not gonna give it to the punt. I have to give it to Jaquan Brisker. He touched every blade of grass on Soldier Field yesterday. He was everywhere.
Including the game-winning interception, game-clinching interception.
I want to say he had like 12 tackles. Like I said, he had a sack. If you can get a sack and an interception in the game, you done made your mark. So don't be surprised to see him win Defensive Player of the Week for the NFC. For real. He had a very, very great game. And yeah, man. We 2-2. Like, I think next week we got to play the Jets. Like, shit's rolling, man. Like, I told everybody the sky was not falling, man.
Y'all got the Panthers next week.
Oh, the Panthers. Now, you know what, though? I'm going to chill. Because any given Sunday, anything can happen. I'm not going to write that down.
The Panthers not no walkover anymore with Andy.
Yeah, like, they had a solid little battle with the Bengals, I believe. Though.
Yeah, it was. They held their own. You know what I'm saying?
They held their own. So, but still, that's a game we should win. So, but we
at this point, I agree. At this point,
after losing to the Colts, we don't count our chickens before they hatch no more.
We play the Rams next week. So we play the team
Y'all
that
play
y'all
them.
just play. So
Y'all
hopefully
play
they
them.
still we play them just like they
And
played
I
y'all
hope
with.
it happened like it because the way y'all beat them so bad, I think that I was like in my mind, if they beat them like that with Malik Willis, oh, we definitely gonna do whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that shit flipped on me like a pancake. Like that shit, yeah, that was bad. So I'm hoping it works like that to y'all. Like y'all look at us like, oh, the Bears beat them? Yeah, I hope they come on y'all ass, you know what I'm saying, like a porn star. But
Well, at the time of this recording, the last team in our division hasn't played yet.
Detroit plays
So
tonight.
they play tonight. We're
Blackout.
currently recording this on a Monday, so a couple hours from kickoff. But the division still look like as advertised at this point. I feel like there ain't too many divisions from top to bottom as good as the NFC North. Around the league,
The league is
only
this
game.
division is even better, like because I mean, well, you had Minnesota doing good. Like I said, I had them being a bottom feeder of this division, man, and they have a serious argument for the best team in football right now, bro.
In football,
Yeah,
yeah,
you know what
not
I'm
just the
saying?
NFC.
Yeah, for the
Yeah,
power rankings. Like if you
but they look better than the Chiefs.
yeah,
They
they look
look
better
better
than
as
the
a
Chiefs.
team
They
than the
definitely
Chiefs.
look better than the Chiefs. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Like the only teams that you can probably put them in the same sentence with them right now is
Baltimore.
Baltimore and the Bills.
Bills didn't look too good, but they was against Baltimore.
They look good though. Like they still look good. Like they was doing good things still.
Baltimore handed them their ass last night though. Like
But they got back in it late, kind of like the Packers Vikings game. They kind of made it a game late, but
Baltimore scared, bro. Like come December, bro. Who the fuck trying to stop that? Who's trying to stop that run game in December, bro? Cause it get cold in Baltimore, bro. Who's trying to hit Derrick Henry and try to catch Lamar? Man, Joe, man. They go, man. That's the AFC though. We ain't
yeah, we ain't gonna worry about that right now. We ain't gonna worry about that right now.
Worry about. I'm glad, man, but good luck, man. Because besides like the 49ers, because Fred Warner, he showed out yesterday. Whoever they played against, he showed out. He showed he is like the best middle linebacker in football.
Easily.
Roquan Smith is nice, but it ain't no 1A and 1B. It's Fred Warner, then it's Roquan Smith. Then you can talk about everybody else.
That was against the Patriots though. Their offense is kind of, putrid, but he do that again. He do it against a lot.
Games for himself, regardless.
Yeah.
When you're a one man
consistently,
games
consistently,
like he's wrecking games.
Yeah,
like, dude is something special. As far as tonight, the Lions do play. They're playing Seattle. Seattle's undefeated. I think we made our predictions already for that game.
No, they don't. They playing Detroit.
No, they're playing. Well, I'm sorry. I meant to say they're playing.
Playing.
Their opponent
okay,
tonight. Their opponent tonight gonna be Seattle. Detroit wearing them all black jerseys and shit. So, stuff like that. It brings a different energy. It brings a Monday night game.
Yeah,
the fans
aesthetically it feels different.
It brings a different energy. It gives you a little boost or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I do expect Detroit to kind of manhandle them tonight. Even though Seattle is undefeated, so they're gonna have something to say about that. They defense.
Seattle was one of them teams, man. We were just talking about teams that hold their own. Like, I don't feel like they one of those guys that's gonna take over the division. I mean, take it over the conference or anything. But they're not gonna be no easy win against no team. You know what I'm saying?
They gonna be
they
fighting
compete.
that wild card.
Yeah.
Sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's gonna be y'all. It's gonna be y'all, Seattle. At this point, us. I put us in there. Because at this point, it don't look like we win a division right now.
Commanders gonna stick it out.
They'll be in that fight.
You think they're gonna be that late? I'm not sold on them like that.
I am.
I think they're gonna die down. I think the Commanders gonna die down eventually. Personally.
I mean, but them dying down would put them right in.
They finished last in that division, or was it the Giants? I think they had the number 2 pick, so it was them. They had the number 2 pick, so they had to finish last. If they had the number 2 pick, unless they got it from a trade, they had the number 2 pick in the draft. So that means they had the worst record, right? So that means they have the easier schedule. They have they're like the Bears. We have the easiest schedule, and that was why I was so big on the Bears this year. That's why football is a phenomenal thing about football is you see a lot of teams go from worst to first, and that's because of like how scheduling goes. The weaker teams get the weaker schedules.
And the weaker teams get the higher picks, which,
yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Which helps with building this
So
shit.
they do a good job of trying to keep the league balanced.
The league balanced and stuff. They definitely do. You know what I'm saying? That's why football the best sport in the world.
Because that gives fans something to root for every few years. You know what I'm saying?
That's why we can come back every season to say this our year. Or
hey, this is our year. We finally got it right.
He said the same shit. But every year new, man. ain't no something like new something. You tell me?
Any other games around the league that you want to hit on before we talk about our week 5 matchups?
Nah, we can get into the picks now. Who showed out? I can't think of nobody who really showed out this Sunday. Besides, to talk about outside of the NFC North.
How many teams still undefeated at this point? Chiefs won.
Chiefs came back.
Who else for?
Chiefs looked good. The
Vikings obviously.
The Vikings won. Seattle has to play tonight, I believe.
I thought it was 5 of them. Oh, the Bills. The Bills was one. They lost.
Yeah. I know. What I do know was everyone was a road guy. All of the undefeated teams were on the road.
Oh, the other one that lost was on the road. That was Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Pittsburgh lost.
Pittsburgh was undefeated.
And Justin Fields. I mean, so I might as well say this because we know there's a lot of so-called Bears fans who still. I ain't even gonna say that. I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna be cordial. But there are a lot of Bears fans who still have love for Justin Fields. And I didn't see the game, but stat-wise, he actually had a phenomenal game. Had over 300 yards passing, I believe. You know what I'm saying? Something that took him forever to do with us. Like a touchdown pass, two rushing touchdowns. So looked like he balled out. So it's crazy that he, in the one game that they lose, is the game like he had his best game of the season. I mean, Pittsburgh,
I believe the Colts got off to an early start on them, kind of like Minnesota did to us, though. So a lot of that was
Richardson got knocked out that game. Flacco, pretty Flacco, he lit them up. Pretty Flacco. If it's somebody who could come off the couch and just say, "Hey, man, fuck it."
And he purposely choose a team like, I know motherfuckers gonna get hurt over here. I know motherfuckers.
They got a running ass quarterback or something, Joe.
Yeah, he gonna get hurt. I'm watching his film. He gonna get hurt.
Yeah. But the thing about the Colts is via PFF, they are the top rated offensive line in football via PFF. So I mean, they got the protection for him. You know what I'm saying? He ain't the runner like that. He just gonna get in that like shit. He a gunslinger, man. You know what I'm saying? He one of the real few left. You know what I'm saying? One of the old gunslingers out there, man.
Right.
He might throw a pick, but he gonna try to throw. He gonna throw that bitch. He don't care. He gonna get back up and throw that motherfucker again. It's gonna probably be a touchdown. Either way, he gonna get paid and he gonna leave it all out there.
Exactly.
Man.
After the day, I'm getting a check. Get a check.
You don't care, man. His legacy is cemented after that Super Bowl he won with that run that year.
But let's go ahead and get into these picks, bro.
Let's do it.
So before we get into the picks, let's pull up the pick'ems to see where we at. Where we finished that after last week. Damn, you went off on me that week because we was tied. So as far as the pick'em, it looks like you are up 32-28, and I got 27-34. So we was tied, and he took off on me this week, man. I was god off. I'm glad I stayed away from DraftKings. Shit.
Hey,
I made one bet.
no. Key was a nice week for me in the betting side too. Shit, I ain't gonna lie to you, but you know what I'm saying? That's neither here nor there. Staying with the pick and shit. What we got this week? Well, this is gonna be week 5. We're running this
week 5. So we got. Let's talk about us first. Like I just said, we play the Rams, a team that you guys just played. Packers are favored by 3.5. On the road.
On the road against the Rams. See, I don't feel like the Rams have a huge home field advantage for real.
And we, unlike you guys, we've statistically had a lot of success against them. We beat them. We've seen them just about as many the same times y'all seen them, and we won most of our matches. I think we like 4-1 or something like that.
I'm gonna tell you now, man. Y'all better be wary of they defensive line is better than you with it. Their defensive line is very better than you think. All that being said, Love next game back, he gonna be more comfortable and whatever the fuck. I see y'all winning. It pains me to pick y'all anytime. It pains me to pick you rat cheese.
It's hard to do it, bro.
Anytime, but yeah, for the sake of my picks and stuff, you know, it's bigger than y'all. I'm gonna pick y'all to win the game.
That's what's up. Obviously, as a fan, I'm gonna pick my guys 19 times out of 20. But in this particular matchup, I feel like we got an advantage. I'm gonna go with the Packers as well. -3.5, especially on the. I'm taking that line.
Yeah.
Bucks Falcons in Atlanta. Atlanta favorite.
Saints had a real good game, man.
Yeah,
that was a nice ass duel they had, bro. I saw some like hard hits. You know what I'm saying? Nice jukes. Like that was a football game right there.
Both teams are good teams. I ain't gonna say great teams, but both teams definitely showing you that they competing for this division.
Yeah, it's not no runaway. Like them, the Bucks, Bucks and the Saints. Like the Saints, the Falcons, and the Bucks are gonna fight. That's gonna come down to the end of the season.
It wouldn't shock me whichever one of those teams won a playoff game or two. They playing that good.
Yeah, styles make fights, but it definitely depends on the matchup. So
depending on the matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's a division game. Falcons just won their division game against the Saints at home. They got them back to back with the Bucks. Bucks just beat somebody though, and beat them handily. Was it the Eagles? I think the Bucks just beat the Eagles up. Yeah, Bucks just beat up the Eagles this week. I'm certain. It was the Eagles because it was a playoff. It was because they beat them in the playoffs last year, and it was like a rematch of that.
And you was like, it was a rematch. I remember you saying
rematch of that. Yeah. So the Bucks just beat up on the Eagles pretty easily.
No.
It wasn't.
Oh yeah. 33-16. 33-16.
Okay, yeah. So
after losing to the Broncos the week before.
Yeah, division game. Damn, I want to get a. What's the who favorite?
Who did I say? Atlanta -1.5.
It's gonna be tough.
So that's just a home field advantage. That ain't even. The odds makers don't even really believe that they're gonna win the game at all.
Yeah, that's a tough one, man.
That's damn near the definition of a coin flip. When it's -1.5.
That's a tough one. I'm gonna pick the foul. I'm gonna pick the whole team. I'm gonna pick the home team.
And in those type of situations, I'm always gonna pick the better quarterback. And in my opinion, I feel like Kirk Cousins is the better quarterback. I'm taking Atlanta. Baker can have games. We've seen Baker have games. He's been stringing a couple of good ones, but we also have seen Baker be terrible. Terrible. Like Kirk wasn't never really terrible. He was always decent to better. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But so I like that consistency in my quarterback. Next, we got Vikings, Jets in Minnesota.
Jets just lost to goddamn Broncos, bro.
Yeah.
At home.
If you let this motherfucker win the game with 60 yards passing, Sam Darnold finna fry y'all ass.
Yeah.
Kevin O'Connell finna fry y'all ass. I saw it firsthand, bro. He finna fry y'all.
What happened? Like,
this top 5 defense. Yeah.
I mean, but they only scored 10. I mean, they beat them 10-9. Like,
so it was a defensive game.
It was a defensive game.
So it's the offense then. Yeah,
it's the offense that's the problem. But yeah, man. Jets, I'm sorry.
And I heard an interview where they asked Aaron Rodgers about the using the hard count. Using the hard count because I guess it led them to have like 3 or 4 false start penalties or something. So like they was like the coach said that maybe we need to dial it down a little bit. Aaron Rodgers was like, I've been using this hard count. I don't know how long. I ain't dialing shit back.
That's how he right. That's how he made
He was like, this game is an off game. You know what I'm saying? It's an anomaly, bro. Like, I've been doing this shit for too long type shit. You know what I'm saying?
I've always hated the fact that he got so many of those little
bro, I just saw
Instagram
a highlight reel. They had I think it was some crazy number of, I think it was like 18 or 19. They just show all his free play touchdowns.
But
like he got.
It's not just the hard count with them free plays. It's that catching the 12 men off
people
that
running
field
off field. Yeah, and we tried to catch them yesterday with Jordan Love. I like to see that he recognized that yesterday on the play too.
That's so cheap to me, and I probably
he didn't get it off. He didn't get it off. They called a timeout at the last second, but for him to recognize it and be trying to take advantage of that.
And I would probably love
you
it.
win the game, bro.
Yeah,
I don't care. You win the game.
I would probably love it if the Bears or any other team would like, because Peyton Manning used to do it, low key. Peyton Manning, I remember.
Pat do it. Pat do it.
Yeah.
That's part of his game. I promise you.
I ain't Pete Pat do it much. Yeah. I know Peyton Manning used to do it.
Aaron Rodgers was his favorite quarterback, bro. He gonna do that shit, folks. He gonna do that shit, folks. Aaron Rodgers was his, whether you like it or not, Aaron Rodgers was his favorite quarterback. Yeah, he said it multiple times. Caleb said Aaron Rodgers was his favorite quarterback too. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, they know who that nigga was.
That's so unnecessary to this topic.
Hey, this is Unsportsmanlike Converse, baby. We gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about it.
T-shirt. I can throw a flag. But
yeah, let's move along. Yeah. Oh, you got anything else?
No. Just lose that game. I forgot the opponent, but just
Vikings.
Oh yeah, Vikings look good, bro. They look great, man. That's gonna be a Monday night game. Hopefully we get to see Jefferson and Sauce mano a lot. Hopefully.
No, that's not a Monday night game.
That's a Monday night game. I'm pretty sure, ain't it?
Nah, it's Sundays. It's 6:30 a.m.
Damn.
On Sunday morning.
Oh, so they must be in another country. Okay.
Are they in another country?
Gotta be 6:30 a.m. Shit. That's another country.
So yeah, it might be one of them games. That's a very high profile game to have out of the. Yeah, it's in London.
Oh, okay. Well, moving
so they play in London. That's a high profile game.
I got the Vikings.
No. Huh?
They said they get some good games in overseas. Like it depends on how matchup like come schedule and shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, record wise, the Jets only won one game. They 1-3, right?
I thought they was 2-2. Yeah, they 2-2.
Oh, they 2-2.
They 2-2.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, I picked the Vikings to win that one. Whatever the spread is, they got it. They got it.
Yeah, -2.5. I'm with you. Surprised it's not a little bigger. Then we got the Bears and the Panthers.
I'm not going
in Chicago.
I'm not gonna go crazy into this, but I see the Bears winning that game. This is the game where everything comes together and we look like. This is the game that's gonna make Chicago go crazy. Like we going to the Super Bowl and move out the fam. You know what I'm saying? Because I predict this to be like a bad beating for belt to ass for us against them. Like at least like double digit win. You know what I'm saying? Caleb throw for over 300, 3 touchdowns. Defense get like 3 picks, something like that. So I predict this to be like bloody and gory.
So you taking the Bears?
Sure.
Obviously -4.5 in this one. I'm gonna take the upset, man. If I take the Bears, it's because no. If it was what's his name?
Bryce.
If it was Bryce,
bro,
I'm taking the Bears 100%. 100%.
Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton ain't about to come here and do shit, boy.
Andy Dalton can have it. He's just like Flacco, bro. He can have a game. He can have a game, bro.
He can have a game, bro. Fucking hell no.
He just threw 4 touchdowns the week before. He just threw 4 touchdowns.
He can.
Fam, there are. I'm not saying Andy.
Broken clock. He'll have he had his game. That was his game for the season. He's done. He had his game.
You didn't see him in Cincinnati, bro.
He had his.
In Cincinnati, he was doing that. In Cincinnati,
the red pistol. He was trash. He had AJ Green. He had AJ Green carrying him for years. Fuck him. That dog ain't shit. Andy Dalton ain't shit.
That's gonna make it more satisfying when he fries. Anyway, yeah, I'm taking the Panthers.
Take the L then. Shit.
Next we got Bengals Ravens. In Cincinnati.
It's a division game. I'll give them that. You know what I'm saying? Division games.
Baltimore favored by 2.5.
Division games be battles, but the Cincinnati problem is their defense. Defense is soft.
And your defense about to see fucking.
Right. I mean, man, please. It's gonna be another massacre, man.
Derrick Henry about to have about $150 on you, motherfucker. Is a group
of Ravens called a murder, or is that a group of crows? Either way, it's gonna be a murder.
Either way, it's gonna be one of them.
It's gonna be a murder, bro. Yeah, Ravens win that.
Yeah, I'm with you, Ravens. Definitely taking -2.5. Patriots, Dolphins. in New England.
No Tua, man. They just not the same team without him, man. With this backup, that'll be is Miami favorite to win that one?
Yeah, by 1 point.
That's gonna be my
so
upset.
even less than 1.5.
That's my upset.
And they on the road.
Yeah, that's my upset. If Miami's favorite, I'm picking.
Oh yeah, I'm with you. We on the same page. Yeah, I'm taking the home team.
Upset.
I'm taking the home team in this one. Yeah,
Miami's
I'm taking the Patriots with you.
Give me the Patriots. That's gonna be my upset.
Next we got Next we got the Commanders and the Browns in Washington. Washington is favored by 3.
They should be, man.
Browns ain't been looking good, man.
Yeah, and Commanders
defense, offense.
Commanders
like you do.
Yeah, their defense ain't what their defense don't look like how it looked last year. Commanders, man. You know what I'm saying? Would I be surprised if the Browns win? No. But I'm gonna pick the Commanders to win this game.
You got to pick the better team at this point.
Jaden Daniels, like he looks good, man. Cliff Kingsbury, like he dialing them up, bro. He dialing them up. He calling them some shit, man. He's not overworking
and athletically, he's one of them ones.
And he's more doable than I expected. You know what I'm saying? Like
just because him to have a small frame,
fresh frame, you kind of worry for him, but he eating them shits up like Scooby snacks. So
unlike the bigger Anthony Richardson,
right? Yeah, he starting to look brittle, man. I mean, not necessarily. He's just taking some like people. They hitting him harder because they know they gotta come with it. Because
he's bigger, they gotta come with it.
He gonna knock them over and they gonna be on the highlight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's a difference. But
somebody gonna hit Jaden ass like that. He gonna get a wake up call. Stick around, cuz.
You hear him on the podcast talking about maybe yours one day. You feel me?
Right.
But come on.
Next we got Jags, Colts, and Jacksonville.
Jacksonville just looked awful, bro. I mean, they looked good against the Texans. They held that lead for most of the game. So you
taking the upset here.
But who they playing? The Colts?
Yeah.
Richardson, is he gonna play? Is he not? He might be out.
If Flacco plays, I'm taking the upset. If Trevor plays, I think Trevor gonna win this one.
The Jaguars.
I mean, not if Trevor, but
Jaguars do. I gotta give it one. They gotta be due. I'm gonna pick the Jaguars.
I thought they was about to win last week.
They gotta be due.
They was winning that game for most of the game.
To the fourth. So they had the lead on the Texans to the fourth. So they gotta be due. I'm gonna pick the Jaguars off of just the laws of probability and shit. They gotta be due.
I'm not gonna announce my pick for that game at this point. That's closer than I thought it was. Especially not the uncertainty of the quarterback. So I'm not gonna pick that one live. I'll let y'all know my picks though. Bills, Texans in Houston. Houston only favored by 1.
That's a tough one. But you go first.
They both 3-1 teams. But one 3-1 team does not look like the other. The Bills, I feel like they look like a more dominant team. Like I mentioned earlier, I'll put them in that group with Minnesota and Baltimore at this point. The Texans, they beat a struggling Bears team. They beat a struggling. They barely beat a struggling Bears team, right? They didn't blow y'all out, right?
They beat us by 6, yes.
Right. So that's one possession. They only beat the Colts by
one possession, I believe.
Like 2 points.
One possession. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they got thrashed just like we did, pretty much by the Vikings. Like they didn't look good at all. So like I don't know if this team is really as good as everybody thought it was coming into the season at this point. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, they the home team, but
yeah, I'm taking the Bills, no question, bro. Like I got to stand on what I'm saying. Like if I say that I feel like the Bills one of the top 3 teams in the league, I expect the top 3 team to be the top.
I picked the Texans to be like one of those.
Do you even think? Do you think right now? Do you think the Texans are a top 10 team in the league? 10.
Top 10.
10.
Top 10. I'm going off talent. I'm not going to just.
I'm going about. See, and that's the difference, I guess, between you and me. Like I go off about how teams play together. Like you don't have to have like. Name 3 of Josh Allen's receivers.
Keon Coleman, the Shazur or Shakur dude. and
Shakir. Yeah.
And the tight end Kincaid.
I said receivers.
Yeah, he a pass catcher.
I said receiver. Well, technically he's a receiver in a sense. Well, I meant wide receiver, but that's my point. Like, and if the Packers wasn't the Packers, we wouldn't probably know their names.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if I was,
I like when teams play well together. Without Jameson Wilson last year, you only had the one receiver. You know what I'm saying? The Bears, they only had the one receiver with DJ. You know what I'm saying? It I don't know. That mean more to me than just having a stacked team and underperforming.
I'm gonna pick Houston. Yeah,
I'm taking the Bills. We got Broncos, Raiders in Denver, -3.
I mean, a lot about Raiders trying to trade some people, man. Some stars at that, man.
Tay, man. Tay talking about he think he about to play with Aaron Rodgers.
That's rough, man. Shit. Rodgers needs somebody.
And I heard a stat. I was listening to something and I heard a stat where somebody said if Devontae Adams goes to the Jets, they would have on average height the tallest receiving core in NFL history. I don't know. I ain't fact checking or nothing, but that was just interesting.
Yeah. But for the most part, that can go either way. It's a division game. Broncos off a high. Where is that? It's in Denver or is it
in Denver?
If it's in Denver, I'm gonna give it to the Broncos.
Yeah, at this point, I would have if I had to make a guess on the two, I'm gonna go with the Broncos too, only because I don't know if Devontae Adams playing or any other body playing because of trade possibilities.
Out and,
exactly.
So you literally talking about the best player on both sides.
Exactly. Then we got 49ers Cardinals divisional game in which in this divisional game San Francisco favored by 7.5.
I'm gonna agree with that. I think they gonna cover after seeing the Cardinals get their ass whooped how they been bad as they did against the Cardinals gonna probably be that up and down team this year. You know what I'm saying? But 49ers, I trust their consistency. I trust their history. I trust like their talent. And like I said, Fred Warner can wreck a game by himself.
I agree with all that 100%, man. But I'm in the business of winning, and I can't win unless I get those picks in where I think I could possibly fit one in on an upset. I think Kyler can have a game.
Hole.
Or I can dig a hole. Right. Or I can dig a hole. You know what I'm saying? But in this particular scenario, I'm gonna try to take that one. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna take the Cardinals. I'm gonna take the Cardinals in this one in the upset on the road, divisional game. It's gonna be closer than people think it is, especially with Kyler and Marvin. They getting more and more chemistry. He got a touchdown, I think, almost every game. So as they continue to progress with their chemistry, I think this team will upset a couple of teams. I told you going into the season, I felt like this was a dark horse team to make the playoffs. First episode, I'm gonna stand on that one. Seahawks, Giants in Seattle.
Seahawks, 1,000%.
And nothing to talk about. Yeah, Giants is trash. I don't care if they got an upset here and there.
And then like that secondary is nice. So like neighbors is gonna have a tough day.
Yeah. Then we got the Steelers. The Steelers at home against the Cowboys. This is an interesting one. It's an interesting matchup.
That's the Sunday night game. That is interesting because that's a rivalry in itself because like they got so many Super Bowls played against each other. About 3 if I'm not mistaken, at least. So they got a rich history with each other. But if Micah Parsons and I know the DeMarcus Lawrence out. If Micah Parsons is not gonna play too, man, that defense gonna have their hands full with Justin, bro. Especially seeing Justin come off this game statistically, what he just did. Yeah, man, because we know Steelers defense gonna be there.
And the Cowboys defense hasn't looked like it has previous couple years. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And offensively, I don't think they've been all that. From like the Cowboy fans I know, like they just talking about that kind of stat padding and shit late. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna pick the Steelers. I'm going with the Steelers on that one, man. At home,
they just lost to Baltimore and New Orleans.
Them two tough
But-
teams though.
But then they beat the hell out the Giants. Well, no, they ain't beat the hell out of them. They won 20
and the
to 15.
Cowboys, ain't they known for like whooping up on regular teams and then losing like the
and then losing in the big
teams,
games. Kind of like the
Steelers a playoff team last year. They look good this year.
kind of like Miami. Miami used to do that shit last year.
So yeah, I'm gonna take the Steelers. I'm gonna take the Steelers.
I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna take the home team in that one. And then lastly, we got the Chiefs and the Saints. Kansas City minus 5.5.
Where they at? Oh, so they in Kansas City.
In Kansas City, yeah.
Yeah, you said minus 5. I knew that.
Damn, this might be another upset opportunity.
Be an upset, bro.
Yeah, this is another upset opportunity because the Chiefs not looking good, and the boy Rice might be out for the season on IR.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
He is. It's official.
ACL.
It's torn ACL. Okay, yeah. So yeah,
he is. So
yeah,
man, and Kelsey still ain't did nothing, right? Shit, he gonna have the Mario on him, man. Like,
now their defense has been,
been
clearly establishing themselves as one of the top 5.
Yeah, that defense,
probably the top 3 defenses in the league.
Yeah, that defense is something. That defense is better than the offense. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and quietly they were last year. Pat made plays here and there, but quietly that defense, and I feel like it was better last year, man. When Snead was there.
With Snead, because now it's really like McDuffie. Yeah, like he got to do it mostly by himself. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna pick.
But the Saints have been showing out as well. So I'm gonna take the Saints, man. Like I said, this is one of the games where I try to gain an edge on you. But if you picking them too, then I'm gonna take the Chiefs.
No, they ain't Arrowhead.
I'm gonna take whatever team you don't take.
They ain't Arrowhead, man. Pat and them gonna find a way.
All right, I'm taking the Saints. Only the game way. I don't feel good about it. I don't feel good about it either way.
It's hard to bet against Pat. It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard to bet against him.
It's hard to bet against Pat. That's like
especially at the crib.
Yeah, straight up, it's hard to bet against Pat.
Just notable mentions. We got the Lions, Chargers, Eagles, and Titans on a bye. Titans still 0-3.
So the bye
Chargers,
Eagles
2-2. Bye week. Yep. And then Lions 2-1 going into their bye. Well, actually, we'll know tonight. They play tonight, so we'll know their record. I wouldn't be surprised if they're 2-2.
That's tough in the long
So that means 3 of our teams are
2-2.
2-2. That means 3 teams in our division to be 2-2, and then 1 4-0.
That's gonna affect the Lions come late, bro.
So every team in our division over 500 or better.
Having that week 5, like your bye week in week 5, and it's an 18-week season. That's gonna affect Detroit, bro.
Yeah.
That's gonna affect.
I think ours is week 10. Ours is week 10.
Ours like week 7, 8. That's solid.
I like 10, man. 10 is perfect.
10 is perfect. But 7, 8, I'm not mad at that. But yeah, man, I didn't know that.
And then we play y'all. I think we play y'all
right after y'all bow. Yep, because we play y'all week 11 for sure.
Yeah.
But we got to keep note on that, man. Of how Detroit does like in the end of the season, because
later on in the season and in the playoffs, because that can affect your playoff run as well. So yeah, man. That's all I got for today, man. Anything else you wanted to mention before we got up out of here?
No, man. Just man. A lot of people just talked about, man, how it's bad to spend a 4th round on a punter, man, and some people eyes, man, a punter won that game for us, man. I'm just saying, man. When you have a specialist, just know you got people who play special teams, and then you have specialists. Torrey Taylor is a specialist, folks. Hey, mate.
Hey, listen. I never thought we'd be ending a podcast on a punter. So
on that note,
that shit just happened.
You dig, man.
Till next time on Sportsmanlike Converse, I'm your host Aaron Paul, along with my co-host Wada.
Wow. Yeah. The Bears. Holla. See you next week, folks. Hope y'all enjoy.